Hello guys, I hope you are okay. Today inshallah we are going to talk about circle theorem. Some students or many students think that it's a hard lesson, but inshallah after this video it will be easier for you. So let's start. First thing you should know about circle: angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. For example, in this diagram here, angle x and angle y. Angle x here, its vertex lies on the center, as you can see, and angle y, its vertex lies on the circumference. So, as you can see also, both of them are sharing the same arc here. So, angle x is double angle y. This is the relation between x and y. Angle x equal double of angle y. For example, this question here, I have an angle of 80. This is angle at the center. So I just told you that angle at the center equal double the angle at the circumference, which is y. So easily we can say that angle y equals 40 degrees because both of them are sharing the same arc as I told you. Let's take a look at this question here. If G and H are points on the circle, center O, find the value of P. So, angle P is here. To find this angle, as you can see, this is angle on the circumference or at the circumference. We have to find another angle which is at the center, and they must share the same arc also. This angle here is a central angle, and both of them are sharing the same arc. So, how can we find measure of angle O? We have this angle here is 210. So, to find angle O, this angle, we have to subtract 360 minus 210, which is 150 degrees. My advice, especially in circle theorem questions, once you find an angle, please write it on the diagram because it will help you in your question. Here again, angle P, we can find it easily now because both of them are sharing the same arc. So angle P equals half of the 150, which is 75 degrees. Also, you should know that angles in the same arc are equal. For example, angle x and angle y, here, they are sharing the same arc, so we can say that angle x equals angle y. That's it. If you take a look here, and you have this angle 45, and the question is asking you to find angle x. So you will tell me, Mister, they are sharing this arc up here, so angle x equals 45. Angle in a semicircle is a right angle. Let's see. In this diagram here, I have O is the center of the circle. I have this is a semicircle. So once you see that, immediately, you have to say that this angle here is a right angle, even if it's not mentioned for you. Let's see another question. Here, the diagram shows a circle, center O. Find the value of x. Okay, I have to use the data I have on the diagram. I have this angle here is 53. How can I use this angle? I can use it here. This angle also equal 53 because this angle and this angle are sharing the same arc here. So we can say immediately that this angle equal 53 degrees. What else do I have? I have this is the center, and this angle is 90. Mister, how this angle is 90? Because this is a semicircle up there, so this angle here is 90 degree. So now we can find the value of x using this triangle here. So this triangle, its angles must add up to 180. So x equals 180 minus 90 plus 53, which equal 37 degrees. Also, you should know that triangle with two radii is isosceles. For example, in this diagram here, easily you can recognize that two radii are equal in length. So we have here an isosceles triangle, and this is leading us to these two angles here are equal, which are base angles are equal. For example, if you have in this triangle here, this is isosceles triangle, as you can see, I have this angle is 24, so we can immediately say that this angle also is 24. To find the value of x, so x equals 180 minus 48, which is the sum of the two angles, and the answer will be 132. Opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral add to 180. So here, cyclic quadrilateral is a quadrilateral inside the circle, which is four sides inside the circle. So here, angle x and angle y, they should add to 180 degrees. We can use it here. A, B, C, D lie on the circle. So when you take a look, you will find that this shape here is a cyclic quadrilateral. So we need to find the value of x and the value of y. How can we do that? Let's use the data we have on the diagram. We have here this angle is 110. So we can use it to find angle x, because both of them are sharing the same arc. So we can easily say that angle x here equal 55 degrees, which is half of the angle at the center. After finding that, how can we find angle y? As we mentioned, this shape is a cyclic quadrilateral. So each two opposite angles, they must add to 180. So angle x and angle y, their sum is 180 degrees. So angle y equals 180 minus 55 equals 125 degrees. Here, radius and tangent meet at a right angle. In this shape here, this is a tangent. We call it a tangent because it's touching the circle at one point only. At this point, if it's meeting with the radius, so they must make a right angle, as you can see in the diagram. Let's take a look at this question here. The diagram, AP is a tangent to a radius at P, okay? O is the center of the circle. Angle PAO is 37 degrees. And AP is 11 centimeters. Write down the size of angle OPA. Once you see a tangent and a radius at one question here, can you see them? They must make a right angle. So this angle here is 90 degrees. So the angle we need to find at question A, OPA, is equal to 90 degrees. Work out the radius of the circle. So how can we find length here? We have to use this triangle. This triangle, as we mentioned, is a right triangle because it has an angle of a right angle. So if we have a right triangle and we need to find a side length, we have one of two ways. We have Pythagoras or SOHCAHTOA. Here, of course, we have an angle of 37, so we are using SOHCAHTOA. So Cat1, we have to determine which function we have to use according to this angle here. This side is the opposite, and it's the radius that we need to find. And this side here is the adjacent. So now we have opposite and adjacent, so we're going to use tan. So tan 37 equals r over 11 because it's opposite over adjacent. Then we will make our cross multiplication. R equals 11 multiplied tan 37, and in this case the radius will be 8.29 rounded to 3 significant figures. Angle between tangent and chord equals the angle in alternate segment. What is the meaning of that? If you take a look at this diagram here, this is our tangent and this is our chord. Angle x is included between the tangent and the chord, so we can simply say that angle x equal to angle y, because angle y here is sharing the same arc with it. How can we use that in the question? Let's see. In this diagram, as you can see, PT is a tangent at P and PW is a diameter. Angle TPQ is 42 degrees. So find angle PWQ. So we need to find angle W. Okay. This angle is 42. And immediately we can say that it's equal to this angle because it's alternate segment angle. So angle PWQ equals 42 degrees. Here, two tangents from the same point are equal. For example, this point here, from this point I will draw a tangent and I will draw another tangent. So these two tangents are equal in length. They have the same length because they came out from the same point. How can we use that? Let's see. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. The tangents at C and D meet at E. Calculate the values of P, Q, and R. Okay. In this style of questions, you have to read it carefully, sentence by sentence. You have to try to analyze it, okay, and try to get the benefit of each word you have. For example, cyclic quadrilateral. This is my cyclic quadrilateral. Once I see a cyclic quadrilateral, so you are looking for two opposite angles which must add to 180. And in our question here, this angle and this angle here, their sum is 180. So we can find measure of angle P. 180 minus 26 equals 54 degrees. My advice, once you find an angle, especially in circle theorem, again, I said that advice before, you have to write your angle on the diagram. So you have to write here 54, because it will help you finding the next angle, which is Q. How can we find measure of angle Q? As you can see, we have here a straight angle. So the sum of these angles here must be 180. To find the measure of angle Q, it will be 180 minus 54 plus 75. It will be 51 degrees. And as I told you, you must write it here because it will help you in the next request. What we have left here, we have to find angle R. So let's take a look. Angle R. So this side here is a tangent. This side here also is a tangent. Both tangents came from the same point, which is point E. So we can say that these two tangents are equal in length, which is telling us that this triangle here is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle, so we have two base angles are equal, so this angle here equal to 51 degrees. And to find the value of r, this is very simple. Now we have just subtract 180 minus 51 plus 51, which equal to 78 degrees. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you benefited from the video. Please don't forget to put like on the video and subscribe, and have a nice day.